Alright guys, looks like we're talking about PvP again. Spoiler! It still sucks! So, this weekend, I went into trials and I got slapped. Not because I haven't been playing in a while, but because the other team has just bullshit that doesn't make any sense. Now, I was wondering how I could fix this, you know? How can I win? Why am I losing most of my games to these guys that barely know how to shoot back? They just have like more OP weapons. Well, you can sink down to their level and you can become a rat or a disgusting piece of shit. Or you could just lose. Those are your two options. There is nothing else. And this is why PvP sucks right now. Because there's too many weapons that are OP. And I touched on this in my last video where I said the sandbox was too complicated and it was too hard for Bungie to manage, which is true. You're nerfing the wrong things, Bungie. Just say that. Like, I feel as if making some things basically useless is fine. You can't have the idea that everything has to be up to standard. Especially when it's hard to make things like fusion rifles up to standard without making them overpowered. Or grenade launchers. Especially special grenade launchers or fighting lion. This is because, well, grenade launchers either do a crap ton of damage when they hit you or they're useless. And if they do a crap ton of damage, they're OP, and that's ridiculous. That is. It's hard to play against and it gives me mountaintop flashbacks. I hate mountaintop so much. Oh my god. Now, I can't stress this enough, but why? Why does everything have to be good? And why do you keep nerfing shotguns? A lot of people dislike shotguns because they have this instant kill quality where you can just run at people and you can shotgun them. But the thing with shotguns is that they're really easy to outplay right now, especially with the fact that melees kill further than them. I'm looking at you, Ophidians. So, shotguns really aren't even a problem anymore because they've been nerfed so many times that they just aren't useful. The reason they're still being used is because you're not going to stop people from using them because they have that instant kill if you get close. People are going to use shotguns no matter what. Even if they kill from like 1 meter, they're still going to use them. Because you can instant kill people from that close. And it's easier than using a sniper and trying to body shot melee. The sandbox is just, it's in trouble right now. It's in a place where we've nerfed a lot of things that don't really need to be nerfed. Like, why are we still... An example of this is nerfing shotguns again. I may sound kind of salty about it, but it's okay. I'm not. Fusion rifles are still really good. Sniper rifles have become even better, even though they nerfed the ADS speed on them. Well, they nerfed ADS speed across the board. On things like snapshot. No, snipers are really good now. Snipers have gone to that point where they are better than trying to shotgun. up close, and you can kill people from afar. The only thing is the ammo economy, which is not great. How they dealt with special ammo didn't make me mad, but it definitely threw off the game. Because it made things like fighting lion and primaries that are definitely not as good as special weapons, but better than normal primaries, more prevalent. This is especially shown in fighting lion, because fighting lion does like 150 damage, right? It does a lot of damage for using primary ammo. And there's no reason to use a special ammo grenade launcher because you're going to run out too soon. If you use fighting lion, you have infinite ammo, and you can keep shooting and keep shooting. Now, I have one point that has really gotten to me. See, Destiny has major power creep. It really does. Because remember a couple seasons ago, or a bit ago. Let's look back at Forsaken. So Forsaken, you had powerful weapons in the form of Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten, but those were keeping away from players by the competitive playlist and how brutal it was. Not for me though. So when you did get these weapons and they were really good, you would probably use them over a lot of other things, but they wouldn't be the best for every situation, because if you missed that Magnificent Howl shot, then you still lost the gunfight, giving it a bit of a skill gap, right? And now we have gone to the point where weapons are easy to obtain, very easy to obtain. You just have to go into, you have to go and grind out some PvE to get it. Just play like a couple hours, and I'm sure you'll get a rather OP gun. And now that they're so now that they are so accessible, and they've been beefed up to the point where SMGs are killing from super far, fusion rifles are still really good. I'm complaining about Fighting Lion a bit, but honestly, Fighting Lion, it's not in a terrible place, but it definitely needs a little tune-up on the damage. So yeah, power creep in Destiny can also be shown in subclasses, because, well, we've taken our normal subclasses and we've modeled them after Stasis, the thing that ruined PvP for an entire year. Why? Why did we do that? Why are we taking the thing that ruined PvP for an entire year and then modeling all the other subclasses after that to make them subclasses 3.0, right? You're just making everything better. So everything is gonna one hit, and it's just not gonna be fun, and it's gonna turn into ability spam and just hell. Honestly, playing this game nowadays it's not decided on your skill, it's decided on your build. Because if you're decent at shooting back and you have a good build, then you're gonna win like most of your games. Just because of the fact that your weapons are probably to the point where they are just too much. They're too much. It's really too much right now. The ability spam is crazy, which is a show of how how our power has creeped up, especially since when Destiny 2 even started, when abilities were basically useless. Like, come on. I mean, they were still good, but they were not as oppressive as they are now. They They do not just destroy you. They do not jam you into a locker and destroy you. It's too much right now. Destiny needs the developers to look at it and decide what they want. If they want this, then that's fine, and I'm just not gonna play it. If they decide that they want their game to be fun and possibly a bit more competitive, I know this is not a competitive game, but with it being balanced, that will probably come a bit after. Yeah, so they have to decide. You gotta decide whether you want it to be good. Okay. That's my spiel for today. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.